Overwatch 3. I mean, Overwatch 2. Wait, no. Overwatch. Overwatch. The game they keep revamping and trying to figure out what's gonna work. I recently went back to Overwatch to see what the Overwatch team cooked up with their newest release, and I'll say they did a pretty good job. I haven't played Overwatch in probably 2 or 3 years because the direction that it was going was not really in it for me. I just wasn't a fan of what they were doing. Back when I was playing, they decided to gut their entire 6v6 mode and made it into a 5v5. That's what I remember last, which was against a lot of people's wishes, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong on that one, but they now brought 6v6 back and kept the 5v5, so everyone's happy. Don't really know why they didn't do this in the first place, though. They probably would have kept a lot more players. Me personally, I don't really prefer the 5v5. Since the new 6v6 mode came out, all I've really been playing is the 6v6 mode on Overwatch. I did play some of the 5v5 though, to see if it was still as bad as I remember, and honestly, it really wasn't. It just plays a lot slower than the 6v6 because the tanks have so much more health, and it just kind of feels like they're unkillable when they have two healers on one tank, similar to kind of how tanks feel in Marvel Rivals. I'm not hating on Marvel Rivals and saying Overwatch is the best. I'm just saying, I feel like in that game and in this game when you're playing fives, that the tanks, oh my gosh, the tanks are unkillable sometimes. And maybe I'm just bad. I'm not going to say I'm very good at Overwatch. I'm pretty bad at Overwatch, but I do think that in 6v6 they're split a little bit more with the health pool, so it makes for a little bit more fast-paced gameplay. So they actually added these abilities to that completely alter the game. I don't think this is in their newest update. I think this was there before, but like I said, I haven't played in 2 or 3 years. So I'm going to speak on it a little bit. Each character gets 2 abilities they can choose from, or 2 sets of abilities. You can pick one in each category per se. But you have to earn them through the match by doing damage or healing or that sort of thing, or maybe you get some over time. I really haven't figured that out completely. But honestly, most of all of them, impact the game pretty heavily, and they're actually really fun to play around with. You can implement kind of builds into your character, and you can synergize with some of the other characters, and it combos pretty well. But like I said, I feel like a lot of them do actually impact the gameplay pretty heavily. In this big update or re-release or rebrand, whatever you really want to call it, they released a bunch of new heroes, right? The hero timeline, I guess, was 3 to 4 months before, which was kind of crazy, considering Marvel Rivals pumps them out like crazy, right? And this update, they released 5, right? And I'm gonna be honest, they all feel good. They don't feel like they're rushed and just oh, Marvel Rivals released a hero in a month, so we gotta release 5 right now. It doesn't really feel like that. I feel like they were pretty thought out, and well done. And I did get to play with all of them multiple times, and they all felt pretty strong. And I'd say honestly, they're probably in their upper to mid to upper area of their roles. I mean, depending on which ones they are. We'll get into that in a minute. But they really all feel fun and fluid and easy to learn. And I'm not saying every character should be easy to learn, but I think that if you're coming out with a big rebrand or kind of a big update like this, right, where they're kind of trying to compete with rivals, I think that the characters should be easy to learn. I think that helps them a lot, and I think it's really the right choice here, because none of them have super crazy mechanics to them. They're kind of just you play a match or two, you'll know what you're doing, right? Speaking on one of them though, the fucking cat. Oh my god, let me talk about this cat, right? He's either the worst or the best character in the entire game, right? If you have someone on your team that knows how to play that character, he's the best character in the game. If you have someone on your team that doesn't know how to use the thumbs they were given, right, he's pretty bad. But the cat is very dynamic because he doesn't play like any other healer, right? Mercy, yeah, she flies. Pharah, yeah, she flies. They have glides though, kind of. You know, Pharah, you boost up and you go down over time. Mercy, you kind of fly up and you glide down. The cat just stays in the air. The cat, that fucking cat, dude, he just stays in the air. I swear. And then you shoot him and he's gone. He has like a jetpack ability where he's just gone in like 2 seconds, dude. I mean, he is the best healer in the game, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, you know. I'm like I said earlier, I'm not very good at Overwatch, but oh my god, that damn cat. I just have to talk about him for a sec. He's just fucking ridiculous. Let me tell you. The other one that out of those that I'd say is really strong is Vendetta, the one with the sword. Those are probably going to be the two out of the new heroes because just their survivability in general is just so high, right? She has a block that feels like negates 1,000% of the damage. I mean, you could throw the power of the sun at her and she'll just survive that. It's probably not that high, but you get what I mean. But like she just does not take damage. I swear to God. And like I don't know if that's gonna be changed or not, but maybe I'm just bad and there's a way around it. But her and the cat just don't die, right? And I know I'm not the only one that feels this way because in my comp game I've only played 6 as comp. Let me be very clear for a sec. I don't want to touch 5s, right? That is not my thing. I made that clear earlier. But out of the comp games I've played, those fuckers are banned instantly. 100% ban rate. I have not seen Vendetta. I have not seen the cat, whatever his name is, Mr. Meowmer. I don't even know what his name is, but I've not seen either of them in either of my comp games, right? Or in any of my comp games, sorry. But we'll get into comp right now. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Overwatch comp is still Overwatch comp, if you were wondering. Your teammates are still gonna scream at each other to switch roles and we'll throw like big backed babies if they get mad. I mean, it happened twice, right? I played like 4 comp matches, maybe 5, and I think it happened in 2 of my games that one of my teammates was screaming at the other one to switch, and then I think one of them ended. I had a game where it was a 4v6 because 2 of my teammates left because someone wouldn't switch. Because it's open queue or it's open roles in 6v6. It's not like 5v5, right? When you get into a match, right, you could have 4 healers, right? You could have 4 DPS, like, you know, it's one of those things, and it's whatever, you know. I don't play 5v5 comps, but I'm sure it's the same thing, same type of story, right? You're doing bad, you're gonna get yelled at to switch, right? That's just Overwatch. I mean, why would we change, right? It's the core value of Overwatch. And if you're wondering about the maps, by the way, there probably are new maps. I mean, I'm sure there's new maps in the last 2 or 3 years. I haven't played any because there's a voting system, and I swear no one wants to touch those new maps, right? I just feel like every time I play, I'm on like Flashpoint, Gibraltar, or like Kings Row, or like the same maps I've been playing for like 5 years. Okay, but like I'm not really complaining about that because like they're still good maps, right? And honestly, I think Gibraltar at least, or maybe a couple others, have some updates to the map, so it's not like the same old kind of thing. You know, the bridge and the starting point on Gibraltar, it's like destroyed now. There's probably some other stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. Just kind of like, I guess, quality changes to change stuff up a little bit. But the maps still hold up after all this time. Like they're good maps. I every time I get on Kings Row, I'm not going, oh no, Kings Row. Like I'm like, okay, yeah, let's play this, you know. But there is one mode in comp, and I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry, I probably should have looked into this. But it's like you capture a point, and then the point moves, and then you guys like go fight over another point, and then the point moves again. Dude, I hate that mode. That is ridiculous. Maybe I'm the only one here that hates it, but like, what the fuck, dude? That is like the worst comp game mode I've ever played. Maybe people love it, and I'm just the odd one out here, but like, you capture the point, you move to another point, you capture another point, you move to another. It's just not, it's not for me. I mean, I get it sometimes, I still play it, like I'm not gonna leave like a little bitch, but like still, you know, it's not fun. And honestly, my final points, my final thoughts on Overwatch, right? Is Overwatch back? I mean, it might be, it really might be. I think it's good. I know the player count since January has like almost doubled on Steam at least. I mean, I know that they've got a lot of players now. And I think it's a good thing that Marvel Rivals and Overwatch are competitors because they're gonna force each other to do better. I mean, do I think if Marvel Rivals didn't exist, Overwatch would release all these heroes in 6v6s? No, dude. I don't think so. And I just think competition is always a good thing, right? Because like when you own the market as Overwatch did for a while, they can just do whatever they want. And that's kind of why, a lot of stuff changed and stuff didn't go in the right direction, in my opinion. Maybe people loved it, but I mean, the player count didn't show that. They brought back gambling too. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. They brought back gambling, right? There's loot boxes now. I still open a loot box and get a blue and 3 commons every single time. It did not change anything, right? I thought maybe I'd come back, I'd have some crazy rates. No, it's still the same game. I still get a common or 3 commons and a blue every single loot box I open. But loot boxes are back, right? I think that's a good thing. I'm messing with that for sure. Sorry, I'll get back to my final thoughts though. Like I said though, the competition's a good thing. It will push them both to make better games, and hopefully Overwatch continues to trend in this direction. I've always thought Overwatch was a pretty good game, other than when they, gutted half the game and then lied to us about PvE, and then you know what I'm saying. If you've played Overwatch, you've been through it, but it's free now too. Like if I have never played Overwatch before, if you guys have never played Overwatch before, right, I'd give it a shot. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's a pretty good game. I think it rivals Marvel pretty well. Rivals Marvel, yeah, that was pretty funny, huh? See what I did there? But I mean, give it a shot. I mean, it's free, so what's the risk, right? You might like it even if you've never played hero shooters before. I think it's actually a pretty solid one to start with. I mean, it's pretty much the one most people started with, right? But that's all I have for you guys today. I mean, if you think I'm wrong, disagree with me in the comments. I had no comments on my last video, right? That's cool. I get it. I have 1 subscriber now. I'm hyped, guys. I'm hyped. Let me tell you, I'm hyped. I'd like to see at least 1 comment so I can, comment with it, if that makes sense. I don't know, man. Give me something. Throw me a bone here, right? If you like the video, give me a like or something like that. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all have a great day.